Looking for your next sewing project? Today, I've got 9 practical sewing projects that are perfect for travel and everyday adventures. We're starting with the bigger organizers that are great for longer trips and working our way towards the smaller accessories you'll probably reach for most often, whether you're traveling or just heading out for the day. Hi, I'm Victoria, and I help you sew practical, stylish accessories that are ready for real life and real adventures. First up is my travel jewelry organizer. If you've ever packed your jewelry in a little pouch only to spend the next morning untangling necklaces or hunting for a matching earring, this project was designed to solve that problem. I actually found myself stuck between organizers that were either way too big or so small that they only had a couple outfits worth of jewelry. So I set out to create something right in the middle. My favorite feature has to be the necklace section. Each necklace snaps into its own spot, feeds through a chain control strip, and drops into a pocket below. So everything stays separated instead of turning into one giant knot. This is definitely one of the more detailed projects in the collection. I plan on spending a weekend or two making it, and it does use quite a few supplies and a specialty tool. If you'd like to make one yourself, I've linked the full tutorial below where I walk you through everything you'll need and exactly what to expect. And be sure to check out the pattern, which includes all 14 pattern pieces with seam allowances, placement guides and markings, and illustrated instructions so everything is already figured out before you even make your first cut. Now, if you're looking for something a little quicker, this next project is a great option. This is my cell phone charger holder, and I like to think of it as a little shelf to hold your phone while it's charging. Instead of laying your phone on the floor or balancing it on a chair arm, the charger slips through the opening, hangs securely from the outlet, and gives your phone a place to rest while the extra cord stays tucked into the front pocket. It's especially handy while you're traveling because you never know where the outlets are going to be, whether they're tucked behind furniture, halfway up the wall, or nowhere near the nightstand. Your phone stays off the floor and everything stays together in one place. This is a confident beginner project that you can easily finish in an afternoon, and it only has a handful of supplies. There's a free printable sewing pattern linked below with illustrated instructions to walk you through the entire project. Now, if you're packing for a longer trip and bringing more than just your phone charger, this next project is made for exactly that. This is my Travel Tech Organizer, and it's designed to keep everything from charging cords to adapters to flash drives, SD cards, and even those larger international travel adapters organized in one place. Instead of digging through a pouch full of tangled cords, everything has its own dedicated spot, so it's easy to see exactly what you packed. My favorite feature has to be the built-in cord wraps. They keep each cable neatly secured so nothing gets tangled or falls out. Now, more on those later because there's a standalone version of them too. Like the jewelry organizer, this is one of the more detailed projects in the collection. Plan on spending a couple of weekends putting it together. And because this project has quite a few supplies involved, I've linked the full tutorial below where I cover everything you'll need to get started. And if you'd like to make one yourself, be sure to check out the printable PDF sewing pattern. It includes all 17 pattern pieces with seam allowances, placement guides, detailed markings, and illustrated instructions so everything is already planned out for you before you start. Now, whether you're planning a weekend getaway or heading off to the mountains for a hike, this next project is a great way to keep the mess where it belongs. This is my travel shoe bag. Instead of tossing dirty shoes into the back of your suitcase or your car, it keeps all of the dirt, moisture, and whatever you just walked through completely contained until you get home. My favorite part is the fully enclosed wipeable lining and a long zipper that makes the shoes easy to get in and out. This is a confident beginner to intermediate project that you can easily finish in a weekend, and it only requires a handful of supplies beyond the wipeable lining. If you'd like to make one yourself, I've linked both the full tutorial and the printable sewing pattern below. The pattern includes 7 size options and includes a size comparison chart for US women's, men's, and kids, along with European sizing. So you can choose the version that fits your needs without having to resize anything yourself. Now, if you're trying to pack light for a quick weekend getaway, this next project is a handy little companion. My little snap pouch is the perfect size for those smaller essentials, like makeup, travel-sized toiletries, feminine products, or anything else you'd rather keep together instead of floating around in your bag. The structured shape helps everything stay upright, and the snap closure makes it quick and easy to grab what you need. This is another confident beginner project that you can easily finish in an afternoon with just a few basic supplies. There's a printable sewing pattern linked below with detailed instructions to guide you through the entire project. Another project that's perfect for packing light and that pairs really well with my little snap pouch is my cord wrap. If you only need to bring 1 or 2 charging cords, this keeps them neatly coiled instead of ending up as a tangled mess in your bag. The 2-snap design also keeps the cord securely in place so it won't slip out the way some single-snap versions can. And if it looks familiar, these are the same cord wraps I used in my travel tech organizer to keep all of those cables organized. This is a very beginner-friendly project, and you can finish it in about a half an hour using just a few basic supplies. I've linked both the full tutorial and the free printable sewing pattern below. The pattern even includes 2 sizes, one for small charging cords and a larger one for bulkier laptop chargers. Of course, not every adventure means packing a suitcase. And some of my favorite projects are the ones I use every single day, starting with my water bottle holder. It keeps your reusable water bottle close by while keeping both of your hands free. Whether you're heading out for a daily walk, running errands, spending the day at an amusement park, or just enjoying an afternoon outside. I honestly use mine almost every day, especially during the summer. It's so much nicer than carrying a water bottle in one hand or constantly looking for somewhere to set it down. This is an intermediate project you can finish in an afternoon using just a handful of supplies. I've linked both the full tutorial and the printable sewing pattern below. The pattern includes 3 sizes, so you can make one to fit everything from a mini bottle to a larger reusable water bottle. Another one I reach for all the time is this chapstick holder. If you've ever wished you had your chapstick with you but didn't have a pocket, this keeps it clipped right where you need it. I usually attach mine to the outside of a bag so it's easy to grab whether I'm headed out for a walk or just keeping things light. This is a very beginner-friendly project you can sew in less than a half an hour using just a couple of supplies. I've linked both the full tutorial and the free printable sewing pattern below. Now I've got one more project to show you, but before we get to that, if you're finding this video helpful, please hit the like button. It helps more people discover these projects. And subscribe if you're interested in practical sewing projects and tips. And finally, I want to leave you with one of my favorite everyday projects. This is my zipper sweater keychain. Until earlier this year, I didn't even know this kind of thing existed. But now I honestly think it's one of the most useful things I've ever made. Instead of tying your sweater around your waist or draping it over your bag, just slide it through the zipper, zip it down until it hugs the fabric, fold it up, snap it closed, and clip it right onto your bag. It's secure, compact, and keeps your sweater close by without stretching it or worrying about it falling off while you're out and about. This is another confident beginner project that takes about an hour to make using just a few basic supplies. I've linked both the full tutorial and the free printable sewing pattern below so you can make one to match your bag, or even give one as a thoughtful handmade gift. Just as a reminder, all of the project tutorials and patterns I mentioned are linked below. And if you're looking for even more practical sewing project ideas, check out this video next. Bye!